ideas on clothing, and I'll go ahead and share one with you guys while you guys are sharing on the chat. Buying off season has become one of my favorite things to do. Now, this does require years of planning. The more I do it, the better I get at it. The way this works is, like, for example, right now we're in winter. When I start to put away my winter clothes when spring comes, I'm going to start evaluating my clothing, especially things like coats, boots, things that you have to have during the winter, especially if you live somewhere like me that has snow. I look at those items before putting them away and start thinking of like, all right, how many more seasons does this coat really have? And if I look at let's say my black coat and I realize, this winter really beat out my coat, I'm going to need a new one for next season, then I go ahead and I actually have a list on my notes app, and I start thinking of that coat, and I try to buy it off season. I try to go to the stores and keep an eye out for that black coat that I need to have by next winter, and I give myself a whole year to find it. And typically what happens is I'm able to find it. I'm able to comfortably shop for sales from my favorite brands, and I'm able to buy really good items at a discounted price because I don't have the urgency of like, it's winter right now and I don't have a coat. So thinking about it ahead of time like that, it works really well for like swimsuits. It works really well for kids' clothing if you are buying off season, because there's always great sales. The stores always want to have room for the new items. So when the sales happen, you're able to really easily buy high quality items at a discounted price. Oh, let's see what you guys said. Thrifting. Yes, buying secondhand is fantastic. I will say you also want to make sure you go in with a plan because otherwise you can end up spending on things that you didn't need anymore, but just because the price is so good, sometimes we end up shopping for more than we needed. But definitely thrift stores. Secondhand, I have fallen in love with Facebook Marketplace. I recently moved, and I pretty much upgraded all of my furnishings in my home through Facebook Marketplace. I sold my old items and bought new ones. They were much higher quality, especially if you live somewhere that's very transient, like here right outside DC. We have people moving all the time. So when they move, they sell their items, and sometimes you get things that are brand new or less than a year old at really good prices because they're just trying to get them out of their home so they can move. Ooh, let's see. What did she say? For prices, yep. Thrift, yep. Looking for sales. Looking for sales is a great way. If I don't need it, I don't buy it. I love that, Donna. I need to be more like you. I can go to Will or we spend a ton. That is me, yep. I just avoid shopping as a time saver, yep. Buying clothes you can mix and match. Yes, creating a capsule wardrobe is a really good way, not just to save money, but also to save yourself on stress. If you are someone who every morning has to go through the process of choosing what to wear and you have a lot of clothing and it's an overwhelming process, and half the time you end up in an outfit that you're like, about, I would highly recommend looking into a capsule wardrobe. So that means being more, curating your clothing a little bit more so that they all go along with each other, right? Every sweater in your winter wardrobe should go with all the pants or most of the pants that you have in your winter wardrobe. If they're not going along with each other, you're going to have a harder time getting dressed in the morning, and you're also going to continuously want to buy more items to make sure that you can wear this one sweater or this one pair of pants. So when you kind of create a cohesive look within your wardrobe, you can save money and stress every morning. See. Take advantage of no sales. Yes, no sales taxes. Delaware is pretty close by. It's like a 3-4 hour drive for us. So I remember when I was in school, my parents used to take a road trip to Delaware so that we could buy all of our school supplies and clothing for the year with no taxes. Very cool. Yeah. Discount, use store cards. Yep. And another thing that will pretty much apply to anything, but definitely applies to clothing, is making sure that you're purchasing items on credit cards that have rewards, that are giving you money back in return. There's a lot of credit cards out there that have really good rewards. If you know that you are somebody who shops at specific stores, it may be worth it to look at that store's credit card and see if that allows you to save even more money. Now, that does require self-control, because equally, like Donna was saying about not going to the store and buying things you don't need, sometimes getting the store credit card can easily motivate you to spend on things you don't need. So it's all about balance. But there are great opportunities out there to get additional rewards if you have specific kinds of cards. Buying gift cards when they're on sale, yes, definitely. Thank you guys. You guys are an awesome audience. Thank you for all that participation.